Okay, so this is the start of our VOD review for Game 1 of Clash. Yeah, so we're going to get into it. First things first, um, team's not 5-pointing, and Troll is in base, probably. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, so what you want to do here is you want to, I'm going to pause. So what we're trying to do here is make sure that there's no vision shenanigans from the enemy team. So right here, Jake should be here. Anna should be covering this spot with Lux. Troll should be here in the mid lane, but Anime is covering that, which is good. We really want to cover all the jungle entrances, so ideally Influence would be here, and Parth would be here. So make sure basically at the start of the match that you're going to your assigned spots, so just review. Jake over here, Anna here, Influence here. Nope, Troll here, Influence here, Parth here. You basically need to have a clear line of vision from top to bottom to make sure that nobody sneaks in a ward onto your jungle. You don't want to give them any extra information for free. So like right here, the opposing top laner or jungler mid could just waltz right up, drop a ward on your raptors, and basically infer that you're either starting top or bottom based on that, even if your bot lane kind of cheats and doesn't show right away. So anyways, thing to focus on, always 5-point. If you don't have a game plan, 5-point. So start of the match, Troll's moving on to his red. Jake's going to make a move down to the bot lane. So one thing that this definitely does is that as soon as the enemy bot laners see Vayne come out of the bot lane bush, they're going to be able to tell their Nunu that um, Nocturne didn't start on the bot side. They might also be able to infer that from Gnar, but this definitely confirms that when you take into account the Vayne being in bot lane already and Gnar going to top late. So normally at low elo it's not that big of a deal, but if you're against a Nunu, that can make life really tough for your Nocturne. Your Nocturne's goal, he really wants to, he's really trying to power to 6 really hard, and he can't afford to get counter jungled. One thing that's pretty important is that Nocturne wants to get the drop on people. He doesn't want people to get the drop on him. And Nunu kind of like chipping away at his jungle early. It's not going to be great. So you really want to mask where it is that Nocturne's going to be farming, especially if you're against somebody that's a heavy invade like a Nunu, or even an Olaf or something too. So yeah, try to avoid giving the enemy tells at the start with your positioning. So I do want to get into this matchup a little bit in the bot lane. So one of the things that's pretty important to keep in mind is let's take a look and see who we've got. So we've got Vayne and Lux versus Ezreal and Leo. The first thing you want to think about is who's going to have what Ezreal basically wants to do. So his first goal is to try to get a tier, obviously. He's going to want to have a really good early game, get some poke in, avoid Lux Qs, and just be a nuisance overall. But he basically wants to push the advantage, or at least farm it out. He wants to farm it out and get an advantageous back to get an early tier so he can come back without losing too much XP or gold. So you want to keep that in mind when you're looking at your aggression. You basically want to force Ezreal into a really awkward back, either before you can get a tier or not enough to really get a sheen. Either way, yeah, we'll move forward with that. Okay, so we're coming out a good trade right here. This is a little bit nitpicky, but I kind of like the trade, so regardless. Let's see, so Anna's going to land a double fight here. Fantastic. Fade comes in 2 shots, and then Anna gets her proc off. Right here, you won the trade. Don't go in anymore. Don't get greedy. Don't position up. Just take the trade. You got it, yeah. Okay, so right here, there's gonna be a little bit of a positioning mistake. So Anna drops her E. She misses. As soon as she whiffs, she no longer has much presence against Leona. Leona's a lot more likely to go in now that Anna's primary damage spell is down. So as Vayne, you got to be careful. You are in the middle of a big wave, which is fine, but another consideration is that you're at half health. Leona's got Ignite. Her all-in is incredibly powerful, and she just does an absurd amount of damage if Ezreal can proc off of her passive. Um, so as soon as you see, yeah, as soon as you see the E-whiff, Anna's only way to save you is if she lands Bind. Which is a little bit dangerous. So you have to respect this bush here. You might want to cheat up a little bit farther forwards or just give up the CS and let the slow push continue. But while her E's down, you got to be really careful. And you'll see Leona's going to kind of try to capitalize on that. She'll step up, get a big wave, but again, the all-in is absurd. And so now, Jake's gonna have to back. Anna can soak up some XP while she's waiting. But if you pause right here, you'll see Troll was around. Not like he really wants to gank it for, but he could provide a little bit of additional pressure. But now, Ezreal's got the slow push, and his ability to get a nice back with a tier is a lot higher now. Yeah, so basically, yeah. Okay, so we've got a little macro call here that should be a little bit different. So, Troll's level 4. He's a little bit up on Nunu, which is awesome. That's fantastic. You want to keep pushing that advantage. So being ahead on Nunu is freaking great. But that lead gets you a little bit hyphy. So you'll see here, Troll sees Nunu's level 3, Troll's level 4, Troll's a freaking awesome duelist, so he's going to go in for it. The thing that you got to remember though, buddy, is the lane positions. So anytime you enter in the North River, you want to make sure to take account of what states a lane is in mid and in top, right? So you come here, you basically got a nasty little triangle going in position-wise, which means that your mid laner is either slow pushing or is getting pushed in. I'm not sure what's going on here. But Parth, he's pushed in. He's got to farm this wave down, and the enemy Volibear, not sure where he is exactly right now. So you're kind of alone. If mid and top want to collapse on you right now, they got the instant 3v1. Yeah, so before you move into the North River, always make sure to check the states of the lanes that are on either side of that river, right? So if you were in bot river, you'd want to check the state of bot lane and mid. If you go to top river, you want to check the state of mid lane and top. So here is super dangerous. Even though you probably could 1v1 this Nunu down, you're probably not going to kill him in time before his buddies show up to fight you too. So get a little deep, you realize you're not going to kill him, and then top and mid are rotating on him right now, so this is going to cost you a flash. It's not the worst thing in the world, but obviously you want to keep as much of your resources as possible. And so, after having blown your flash, this is kind of what's called layered mistakes. These guys were actually better. Of course they aren't. They would have taken the flash for free. So let's go to you, if I can find you. So you flash. So now Volibear, for some reason, is going into the tri-bush. Where's Orianna? Orianna's over by Dragon Pit. So you guys have already reinforced your red. You guys did the right thing in collapsing onto Troll's position, and that's fantastic. These guys now, instead of just taking the flash and backing off to their lanes, Volibear is going to decide to overcommit, and Nunu is going to join in, because why not? And then you guys are going to chase them down and kick their asses. Yeah, Oriana's got no mana. They had no business trying to turn this into a fight. Nice kill. Nice evasion of the snowball and killing the Ori. Really good awareness from you guys. That was nice. Okay, so taking another look at the bot lane. Let's see. So Leo catches a Q. Eats a lot of damage from it. She's gonna take a third Silver Bolt possibly. Yep, she's in huge trouble. Try to all-in stupidly while you have a gigantic wave there. So you guys win the trade super hard. Troll now. He's getting thirsty, sees blood in the water. So normally this would be a good thing to do, but as you can see right now, like the guys they're basically gone. There's not really a ton you can do here because Nocturne's like he's still level 4. He's got like a little bit of movement speed from his Q, but Nocturne's not an initiator without his ulti. So you can so Troll will come in and like maybe kill Leo. Maybe get a flash out of Ezreal. Nope. So yeah, and you'll take some exit damage from there. Yeah. So that was kind of an overcommit right there. The idea was good, but they were kind of gone. As like Leo might have been killable, but she's pretty tanky. The most important thing to do to recognize is that your priority as Nocturne is you need to hit 6 before your level 6 is one of the most impactful spells in the game. That's Nocturne's defining feature. So what you're looking at here is that their bot lane is done. Right? They got to leave. Ezreal can't really solo defend a tower, so he's just probably gonna have to bail too. Influence is getting plates, which is fantastic. That's great. So the options are you can let your bot lane like bully the hell out of their enemy bot lane. Dragon's up right now, and also 2 of your camps on the south side. So Nocturne, priority 1, always hit 6 first. 6 as soon as you can. Everything else is secondary. It's like Hecarim or Pantheon, you just want to get 6 ASAP. So this Nunu, he has left the dragon up, which is great. You're still ahead a little bit. So option would be either to take your mid. No. You leave your mid to take plates. Influence comes over to help with dragon or backs. Bot lane slow pushes or moves to dragon and help you. Or you just farm. All you want to do is hit 6 as soon as you can. 6. Just hit 6. Then you can worry about ganking. Power farming is key. Yeah, if you're a different jungler, like Olaf or somebody else that wants to like gank early, feel free. But Nocturne, your true gank and scary potential comes from when you're 6. It changes the entire context of the game. So yeah. Ganks are cool, but don't force them. Just farm as much as you can and get that 6, and then gank till your heart's content. Okay, wow. There was one thing I didn't notice when I first did commentary in this clip. Ezreal for some reason loses his fucking mind and tries to all-in troll. He spends his flash to trade like 1-for-1, which is kind of fucking nuts. Either way, the most important thing to realize here is that as soon as they're gone. You gotta leave, because they're gonna take exit damage. Now, if you hadn't taken the damage from all of this, you could have like gone dragon, you could have farmed some more, but now at this point you gotta back, right? If Ezreal's like a normal human being and not a fucking psychopath, like he doesn't chase you and kill you here, yeah, it's bonkers, man. normal circumstances, you lost enough health that you had it back and you wouldn't have been able to farm. But either way, yeah, on to the next. Okay, so this next one, let's go back a little bit. Let's see. So right now it looks like everybody's forming up a dragon. Jake's bottled up in bot lane right now. Um, he's bottled up down here. He's got to catch this wave. You've got 2 people here who can commit. Maybe 1 more after Influence gets a push on mid. But right now, you are looking at... let's go back just a second. So, they're on drag. So right now, you got 4 guys with the dragon versus your 2, maybe 3 almost. So the main thing to look at here, Jake's going to be tied up. It's a little bit dangerous for him to flank because Leo could, even if Leo dies, he could still lock him down long enough for like Ori and Ezreal to kill him. So he's not going to feel comfortable moving in on that, especially when he doesn't even have a 6 yet. At this point, I would just leave the dragon. I would just take it as a loss. It's only an air drake. Nunu's got a level on troll, and he also has... I mean, you're not going to win a smite fight against Nunu, most times. So not only are you dealing with, like... The other thing, too, is that you're trying to get past an Orianna, who's going to zone you out the whole time. Super annoying. Ezreal's going to be poking the entire time, too, and you're also risking an engage from Leo. So right here, they've got the upper hand. If Anna really wants to, she could ward right here, but I don't think it's really important. I think the evaluation should be, is this air drake even worth fighting for? Right now, you could have Jake set up a slow push and bot. You can also have Influence try to get, he possibly could get another plate here, a plate here. And always keep in mind, plate gold is really, really valuable. Plate gold is gold that the enemy team can't get if you set it up right? Like if Influence takes like 1 or 2 or 3 plates here, and the enemy Orianna doesn't get any plates and the plates fall, that's an extra gold advantage that Orianna can't recoup unless like something crazy happens and like she gets like a bunch of more farm or whatever. But even then, gold advantage from plates is huge. So if you guys were to trade some XP on Jake and some extra gold on Influence, it might have been a decent trade-off. Plus, like air's not that great, and also this is a losing fight. Like you guys, Nocturne doesn't want to walk into any of this shit, right? Leo CC, Ezreal poke, Orianna zoning. This is not a good fight. So I think it's important to like understand, like, especially early game, if it's like a win drake, just make the trade. Just make the trade. Just give it up. Don't risk and engage, especially like when they've got shit like Leo and Nunu. So this is fine. That's fine to leave. You can leave it, and then just kind of move on to the next objective. You've got a scaling comp with Vayne, so or a scaling insurance with Vayne. So yeah, I wouldn't mess around too much here any more than you have to. Plus on the tail end you do risk Nunu doing shit like this. Yeah. So, yeah, just recognize when it's okay to give up a Drake. And if you're not sure, if you feel dicey about it, just let it go. Especially if it's the first one. The first one's not that bad. Yeah. Get that. We're gonna go. Got some positive feedback here, so this is really good, like textbook slow push. Part's got a huge wave. He's getting a lot of minion damage on Volibear. Volibear doesn't realize like he really can't survive any of that. He shouldn't have stepped up at all. Beautiful part. Parth gets to fucking execute. Nicely done, man. Nicely done. Okay, so I really, really like this play a lot here. So Troll's moving in. Uh, there's not anything to farm on the bot side, so you've got no dragon. Gromp's gonna spawn pretty soon, but Wolves in Blue just got cleared. Um, this Ori is pushed up really far. No mana. Just got her cleanse back. Her flash is down. So I really like Troll's instincts here to move in on this. Even though I said farm, 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 you're on the bot half of the map. There's not a ton of farm opportunities, and Ori's just basically just giving this to you for free. So I'm glad you took the opportunity here and ran with it. Nicely done. Nicely done. Okay, so got some quick micro feedback on the 2v2 here. So let's see. So Leona's looking up. You got vision on her, which is great. Um, Jake is 6. Leo's only 4, so she might be a little squish. Although with Aftershock, you can't really count on that, plus her freaking shield ability. So one thing that I would change right here, because we'll see. Um, see, Leo's gonna look. Jake eats like the freaking combo from Ezreal. That's fine. Um, Leo catches. Obviously, the response here is that you want to CC Leo. Um, but it's kind of a difficult angle. That was kind of close. It was really close. It's a tough angle to hit. One thing that you want to do as Lux, um, when you are expecting an engage from Leo, or just at least preparing for it, first thing you want to do is you want to make sure that you are in a straight line, right? So like you're right here, you got Vayne over here. So if you were to trace a straight line from Leo to Vayne, all the way through her, to like this ward, you want as Lux, you want to be standing like right behind Vayne. You want to keep them in a single line from Leo, Vayne to you. That way, as soon as she starts to try to E in, all you got to do is throw your Q in a straight line at her, and it's going to lock her down before she even gets her movement off. Um, so the timing is a little bit touchy. You don't want to over jump it, but yeah, that's at least where you want to be if you're anticipating that Leo's going to engage. Because if you're trying to get like if you're trying to land a Q from the side, it's way more difficult. I have a hard time with that. But yeah, just something to note. Whenever you have like a skill shot lockdown champ like Lux or Morgana, keep it in a straight line from somebody like Leo or Nautilus, or even Galio or something. Yeah, so you want to stand directly behind them. There's one other thing too that's just a mini tip. It's not really critical. Alright, so Jake catches the combo, catches the engage from Leo. You miss here. So right here at this point, um, Leo might have a Q up. Oh no, she's dead. So Leo's cooldowns are down. Ezreal though, he's going to be looking to chase with his Q, right? You've used most of your spells, but you do have something else that you can help with, which is your health bar. So if you can, um, as Jake is positioning back, he's going to try to kite Leo and start popping her with silver bolts. As soon as he does that, you can step up right here as Lux and stand um, in front of Ezreal. So basically, like Ezreal's Qs are starting to hit you instead of Vayne, which gives Jake the opportunity to maybe kill Vayne, or sorry, gives Jake the opportunity to kill Leo, and then you can just start running away. Because at that point, if Ezreal continues to all in you, you've given Jake 2 kills, and Ezreal loses like XP. Jake might get a turret plate, yada yada yada. So if you've got nothing to contribute and you're kind of safe because you got vision here, you got vision here, Nunu's not totally showing, body block Ezreal, and that'll give you guys the advantage if the fight goes long. Okay. I want to take a little bit of stock for this. Yeah, I want to take stock of the map real quick. We've got Troll going for the Rift Herald, which is great because you just pressured the hell. Oh no, you just killed their top laner. Parth just kicked his ass under the turret. So Troll goes for a take on the Rift Herald, which is great. But so you've got advantage top lane. Volley's dead, which is awesome. But Anime is on his way back from base, and Ori's getting a nice push onto the turret. So you don't have full pressure. You've got 50-50 pressure here, which is fine. Um, and let's see. So Ori, she goes missing. She looks like she's going topside. Nunu, he thinks something's up, so he starts going from mid to top. And Influence is going to ping, let people know, hey, something's up, somebody's missing. Let's see. So Parth comes in to support. This is great. Now, they're trying to initiate a 2v2 at least. As soon as Anime gets freed up, that's a 2v3. The most important thing to recognize here, though, is Parth is freaking level 8. Their Ori is 6. Their Nunu is 6. And you're going to see, like, how bad of an idea that was. So right here, at this point, the Rift Herald's at 2k. So you want to make sure you stop all damage on the Rift Herald and turn. When you do this, when you decide to turn, you'll need to call out in chat who you're going for. You could go either way, depending on who. Or he just blew her flash to get over the wall, I think. So I'm not sure. Either way, let's see how this fight plays out. If I don't lose my ball. Yeah, Parthian's just shredding Oriana. The new blue is his smite somehow. So this is a good chase. You got 3v1, and you're moving in. You're pressuring him off. You can bully him off the blue buff. There's no way they can contest anything in this jungle. So this jungle belongs to you now. This is a good take. Parthian's gonna Hulk out, and what the hell? Yeah, they have no business being in there. This is what you own here. Yeah, level 8 Parth versus a couple level 6s. He's gonna smash their face in the whole time. And it's important to press that advantage, which we'll move into on the next one. Okay, so there is one more. Okay, so this is another macro call. What it's looking like here is that Troll is getting into position to gank bot lane, and he's got he's got the Eye of the Herald. So one thing about this, Ezreal's super low on mana, but he does have his flash and his heal up still. The lane's in a pretty neutral state. If Lux lands something, maybe you can get something here, but this gank is maybe 50-50 on here. The thing I would note also is that when you look at the lanes, Jake's got a 20 CS advantage, down 1 kill, but all things considered, the lanes look pretty neutral right now. 5 plates up on this, 5 plates up on that. So you don't have like a ton of advantage in the bot lane. You've got really, really good advantage in top and good advantage in mid. So at this point, one of the things that you kind of want to look out for is where the bigger disparities are. If you can't because Nocturne's not super great at ganking a neutral lane typically, unless he's got some kind of CC assist. If you had like a Nautilus here, maybe it'd be a little bit more likely. But just Ezreal's really slippery. Leo's incredibly tanky. You might get 1 kill out of this, and even then, I'd still give it 50-50 odds. So your ulti's up, and you've got the Herald ready. So the thing you really want to evaluate is that you either want to go for a high percentage play, which isn't really presenting itself in bot. Mid's kind of neutral-ish right now. But if you look at Parth, he's kicking the shit out of this Volibear. He's got 2 levels on him, and he's going to run away with the game if he gets any farther ahead than this. So right now, like, Volley's got no TP, he's got no flash, he doesn't want to have anything to do with this frickin' Gnar. And Parth's got a control word here. So one thing you want to do is really just you don't want to go for a balance lane when you're trying to finish out the lane phase when you're ganking. because you know Jake and Anna are super reliable. They're gonna make it through. Um, Even if they go even, Vayne's gonna outscale the Ezreal. She's gonna be much worse for them than Ezreal is for you guys because you guys have a lot of instant access and they don't have a ton of answers for Gnar. So when you're taking stock of the game and where you're ganking, you don't want to go for neutral ganks, especially if it looks like the lanes are just going to hold and scale. So you can just let these guys sit tight bot. Um, Jake and Anna, they're never in danger. They're always gonna they're always gonna survive even if they are behind. So I'd say like let them kind of do their thing. Influence is managing the Orianna really well. Um, he's almost got his first item finished, um, and he's been in position to like get some plates, which is great. So this is kind of neutral in mid, or no, advantage in mid, slight advantage in mid, neutral in bot, but top is just it's things have gone sideways for Volibear. That's when you want to look at like Parth is up 4 kills, an assist, and 10 CS, and 2 levels. That's the most important thing you want to take into account is when you're looking at top laner versus top laner, if there's a level disparity, that means Parth is the single-handed most powerful champion on the board right now. And you want to accelerate that as much as possible. Vayne's not going to pick up much in the mid game. Like, she doesn't have a lead. Things are neutral with Ezreal. That's fine. That's all Ezreal wants to do. He wants to farm it out, so just let him do that. That doesn't matter. What they don't want is they don't want Volibear to become irrelevant, right? They need him to tank. They need him to frontline. Same with Nunu. Parth is way too strong right now. And if you push that accelerator even more, like if you get Parth all of this tower gold, if you get him first turret with your Rift Herald, if you get him all of the plate gold, he's gonna run away with the game. If you look at their team, like none of them are going to be able to solo this guy. Like if he maintains this lead, you guys are just going to coast to victory. If you get Parth ahead, basically like this is a worst case scenario for any top laner. Top laner doesn't want to be down 2 or 3 levels, have shitty CS, and you know spend all of his teleports trying to stop Parth from like knocking turrets down, right? Like this is a win condition that has shown itself. And being Gnar, he's an incredibly difficult split pusher to nail down. So you'll have the option to team fight if you want, or whatever. Either way, I'm just getting redundant with like stuff you already know about Gnar. Long story short, when you start ganking towards the end of the lane phase, look at who you can tilt. This top laner, he's hating his life right now. Tilt this guy off the face of the planet, give Parth the means to just take control of the game, and then if worse comes to worse, you got Jake and Anna for late game insurance, right? So Parth and Anime both got good leads. Give them the power to carry the mid game, and then use Vayne as your late game insurance. Um, yeah, so we'll go forward with the gank. Um, Again, it's shit, sorry. I am terrible at the controls. So we'll start over. Anyways, the lane's kind of neutral. Um, Open with your ulti, which is good. Start from Ezreal. Ezreal's He's still got his flash and heal though. Um, yeah. And as you can see, like Nocturne's not really, he's not a frontline guy. Like he doesn't want to get CC'd. He just wants to go in, blow somebody up, and then that's it. End of story. So unfortunately, Troll's got to go back, and Parth is about to square up on Parth in a 2v1. So usually when they try to like double up on the top laner, they're either trying to press an advantage or stop the bleeding. Right now they're trying to stop the bleeding. You and Parth are so much stronger than their Nunu and Volibear. Like they can never win the 2v2 against you guys. This is the point where you can just run the top lane and just ram it down their throats. So yeah. When you're ganking the end phase, look for who's got the lead and then just like punch it super friggin' hard. Alright, so Parth is gonna get jumped on in the 2v1. Volley tries to bait him, but Parth's too beefy. It's not gonna happen. So I like the call you guys make after this, because you've got Nunu showing top. Dragon's about to spawn any moment. So while Parth's back. And so you guys are converging on Dragon. That's great. Um, Making the move there. Now, if Parth really wanted to, he could TP down, um, but it's not super necessary, especially because Nunu just showed top. So right here, you want to pull the Dragon out, just because you don't always pull the Dragon out. If you're on blue side, just to be or red side, always pull the Dragon out, just to be safe. This right here is knowing your advantage. Um, yeah, influence just fuck this. I don't know. This is just nasty. Influence lands full combo. Just blast Oriana. Doesn't even matter. Like, yeah, really nice, really nice. God, is that like? Are those all solo kills? Jeez, man. So, that's the example of how ridiculous of a champion Leona is. Um, she doesn't. Yeah, even if Leo, like, okay, so Leo's broken. Just keep that in mind. She's never, ever, 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 ever going to be a good target to focus down. She's a dumb champion. She mispositions. You pump so much damage in her. It doesn't make a fucking difference, right? Like she's not. She's basically just a walking turret. Um, she's at half health. Gets a full combo from everybody. She's still fine. She's got flash and heal. Um, yeah, the exit damage is too much. And still going for Leo, it's still never a good idea because, yeah, she's gonna stun you under the turret, and yeah, it's not worth. It's not worth. Not for a single support. So just consider that as like that's the bonus she gets from Leo is that she gets to position like a moron and without any punishment. Um, it's it's never worth it to focus on Leo. It really isn't. Okay, great kill here because Nunu is just yeah, he's got the tilt going or something. I don't know. Let's see. So really nice play, really good push mid. From here, you kind of want to take stock, right? Uh, Anime's got a freaking awesome gigantic wave that's going to crash into mid, or he's got to answer that. Nunu's dead, so whenever you kill the jungler and the Rift Herald's about to spawn, just take the Rift. And you're doing the right thing here, because I think you're going to take his blue, which is awesome. Um, oh, oh, oh. So this one, yeah, I don't blame you, Influence, for getting a little greedy here. Like, I probably would have done the same thing. Volley's, you would expect Volley to go top, but I don't know how that turret is still shooting you too. That's kind of crazy. Hold on. What the hell? Wow, that's some impressive turret range. Yeah, unlucky there. That's no fun. Um, yeah, so Troll's taken blue, which is great. You've got their entrances warded up. That's perfect. Um, let's see. Yeah, so you got Rift Herald up right now. Their mid's dead. Their jungler's going to be dead for a couple more seconds. Um, Partisan has 3 levels on Volibear. Like he's farming this guy if he's not. Yeah, like this. He's got Volibear and farm. Like, um, at worst, they're gonna like 2v2 you guys here and just give you more kills and give you more time on the map. So the call here is probably the Rift if you think you could burst it down. Which being Nocturne, I think you can. Yeah, you've got your jungle item upgraded. Um, so yeah, uh, the opportunities to kill shit against Nunu are not always presenting themselves. So this is a good chance right now to basically Parth is a battering ram, and you can put him wherever you want on the map. So if you want to take an objective, invite him. Tell him to bring it. Bring the 2v2, because Parth will kick their ass with you. Yep. So yeah, just keep on the lookout for rifts. Second rift is awesome, especially if you're trying to push the tempo. Because right now, you guys have a 4K lead. Um, Parth's basically running away with this game, and if you get a Rift Herald onto him, you could blow a hole in their base, and then the map is yours, and you can just kind of farm it out and win by default like that. Right now, you guys are doing great. You're about almost 5K ahead. Fantastic. That's a really good lead, especially pre 20 minutes. That's fantastic. Even on drags, great against Nunu. And let's take a look at, let's rearrange these guys here real quick. Let's look at the gold too. How do I switch to gold? Okay, yeah. Looking at the gold difference, Ezra's a little bit ahead, um, but Influence is ahead. Um, Troll's ahead, which is great. And holy crap, Parth is just destroying. Um, yeah, Parth's got the most gold in the game, which is fantastic. So, what it looks like is happening here is that you guys just took mid turret, so you got cracked up in the middle of the map, which is great. Troll's going to make a move, I believe, towards Rift Herald right now, which is good. Okay, so when Troll and Parth start taking the Rift Herald, it's really, really, really important. And we've got Influence over here too. Um, Bot side is weak side now. We've got 3 dudes on top. We've only got 2 defending, and let's see, do you even see that? Okay, we've got information that there's 3, maybe 4 on the bottom, right? At this point, Dragon's not even, you can't contest Dragon at all. In fact, it's kind of dangerous even being on the bot lane. This late in the game, they could 4-man dive you easy. Nunu's tanky enough to tank the turret. They've got a Leo too to initiate. So this tower is basically forfeit, and the dragon, which is fine because you've got such a clear advantage on the top side. But just keep in mind, if you don't have influence backing you up, this is extremely dangerous. The enemy team would love to get a 4v2, get some more gold on Ezreal or Orianna. Yeah, so the macro call here is good. You want to take the Herald. That's great. Influence. If we see 3 on the bottom, Influence can shove mid because they need to answer that tier 2 turret. Um, yeah, they don't want to give up any damage on that. But so the most important thing right here is recognizing where we're vulnerable, right? So objective getting taken on the top half of the map. Bottom half, you either got to forfeit this turret or or have a lot of vision and be really sure that you're going to see the dive coming if you want to even stay. But at this point, like it's probably not worth it. Um, just the numbers are bad. The numbers are really bad here. Um, so let's take a look and see. So slow push onto the turret. That sucks. You don't want that, right? Anna's like, okay, you don't want to see your turret get smashed. I understand that. Um, Jake, being here, there's literally nothing you can do. Um, like, influence is kind of cheating in a little bit, but this is kind of a greedy defense here. Um, your top boys are coming, but it's a Nunu. He's got basically double smite. Yeah. They've got 3 pushing on bot turret. Nunu's trying to solo down the dragon. Jake looks like he's going to contest with anime. Um, and Anna is going to try to defend the bot turret. So I could see the call that you guys are making here. You got your top boys coming down to the dragon. Don't have eyes on the dragon, but you might be able to kill Nunu because they are split. They've got, their forces in the bottom. Nunu's a dragon. Um, I think I think if everybody withdraws and regroups that dragon, you have a chance to kill the Nunu because they are split. I think that is the call. And if you can kill the Nunu, great. If not, should let it go. let's take a look and see. Okay, so Anodie defending bot turret. You killed the Nunu though, so now you've got the full advantage on the dragon. You got the 4v4. Don't know where Volibear is, but if you look at the stats right now, their soul laners are basically trash. But the thing that you do want to worry about is that if you do get in the 4v4, Jake's not online yet. He still doesn't have an item finished on Vayne, and their Ezreal's got a Man Moon Sheen. So he can do some pretty decent damage. You have Parth who's ahead. He's really far ahead. But Gnar is he's gonna have burst. He's gonna if he can land his stun combo, it's gonna be great. But he's not gonna be doing the sustained damage. He'll do his burst, and then if he doesn't kill anybody, Ezreal will be able to start picking people off. The other thing too. Well, we'll go ahead and play this out. Um, so right now, Trolls on drag. You've got 3 over here against 3. Parth leading the way. Makes sense. Right here, they blew both their main ultis, right? Orianna ulti's down, Leona ulti's down. That's fantastic. You've got the advantage. If you were looking, Volibear is coming from mid to dragon. The call here is to regroup onto Troll, get the dragon, and then get the hell out, right? Even though their ultis are down, this Ezreal's still online. He's still going to do some damage. You don't want a team fight here right now. Your DPS, Syndra might burst somebody down, but I think, yeah, Influence already used his ulti, I think, on Nunu. So the call here is to regroup, stand on dragon, make them come to you. Because once their initiation's down, like Leo doesn't have ulti, Orianna doesn't have ulti, they really don't have a way to access you guys. So they've got to come to you, which is good because Syndra's great at playing keep away. And also, Parth is fatigued. He cannot go, he can't Hulk out yet for a little bit. So, yeah, the play is here is to regroup, don't fight, even though they blew their ultis. The most important thing here, their Ezreal is stronger than Vayne right now. So you don't want a team fight, even if even odds. Even if their soul laners are complete trash, the Ezreal is strong enough to do enough damage. With in conjunction with the fact that Parth is fatigued. So here, obvious thing, Leona has too much CC for Nocturne. You're gonna spell shield one of those things, and then you're gonna get either rooted or stunned or whatever. Yeah, not a good time. So here, Foley's getting on the whole team. Let's turn the sound down. Everybody's got both flashes, and the dragon is lost. So the most important thing to do is really to make sure that you're doing unified calls, not split calls. So if everybody's going to defend the dragon, defend the dragon. If you're going to rush the team fight, rush the team fight. But having one person rush and then everybody go to dragon, it's, yeah, you'll get mixed results. Alright, we're at the 20-minute mark, and it looks like they've got a 4-man squad pushing up on mid-turret. In response, we've got Parth and Troll in the bot lane, and Troll's got the Rift Herald, which is great. So it's not really, well, we'll see. We'll watch this play out. So trading mid tier 1 is not awesome, but I get the push. The push bot is great. Right here, super dangerous path. So you're basically committing, since you popped Rift Herald, or since you're about to pop Rift Herald in bot lane, you're already committed, right? So your 2 heavy guys, they're going to be going for the tier 2 in bot, which is great, because having that destroyed while Baron's up is a great pressure play. On the other side, they're going to be pushing mid, taking tier 2. This turret's lost. It's gone. There's no way you're going to defend it. You don't have anybody here. So the thing that you got to do is fall back to your inhib turret and see if they want to try to base race against the Rift Herald, which is a terrible idea. So pathing through red, not good. You're not going to get to the mid turret in time, so you'd want a path like either the long way around or just straight up recall from where you were. This is just too much hell to walk through. Anytime there's a Leo, you basically got to give her a screen's breadth. You got to give her distance, especially if she's got flash up. You don't want to give her any opportunities to engage. So respect Leo, especially the Nunu too. They'll both run you down. Ezreal's pretty easy to chase with them. This is just a really highly mobile squad that you want to respect. Um, so give out the tier 2. That's fine. Let your guys in bot lane do some work. Yeah, you don't want to start poking here. There's nobody to protect you. You've got no front line. They've got plenty of engage and speed between the Ori and the Nunu and Ezreal. So the best thing to do is just regroup here and hold the inhib turret while your buddies are trashing their bot lane. Um, yeah. So you got some poking down. Leo's getting real insistent. Lands her ulti, and then that's painful. I hate Ezreal. He's annoying. So right there, ideally what could have ended up happening was everybody could have grouped on inhib turret, defended it while your dudes go to work in the bot lane. Now you can't really base race anymore. Um, yeah, he got to the Rift Herald. So instead of you guys being able to pressure, you've got dudes at your doorstep. Nice influence. Let's see how you killed that Ezreal. I want to see that. Get stun. That's nice. That's nice. Taking advantage of his flash. It's good. That's really good. But chasing too much. Yep. That'll do it. So just a quick note here. Looks like the enemy team is all camping Baron. We've got a Dark Baron. Enemy team's not showing anywhere. So we're looking to get some vision here. Now, the most important thing to do is basically, whenever you're going for Baron, always assume this bush is camped. 9 times out of 10, at least one person's going to be in there, waiting to see if they could pick off a support that's looking to try to get some vision. One thing you want to do here is, when you're coming in, either wait here, where it's safe, where you've got vision, make sure that the jungler's with you, or more importantly, wait for Parth. You can't do anything solo here by yourself. You could throw an E in here, or whatever her burst spell is. You could throw a spell into here, see if it lands on somebody, just to see. Or you could sneak up to the red side and plant the ward from like right here. So you can stand where the red buff would be, and then have your ward drop in the middle of this like elbow area. Those are your two main options though. Throw a spell in here to see if somebody's there. No, 3 options, sorry. Option 1, the safest one, wait for Parth, wait for your jungler, so you need a solo lane and a jungler to go check that bush first before you. If you think we're really under pressure over time, throw a spell in here, or the least safe thing, well, the second least safe thing, step on the red buff spawn, throw a ward over the wall. The absolute least safe thing to do is to get anywhere within range of that bush. It could be a Leona, it could be a Volibear, yeah. So, anyways, that bush is always trapped. They're always going to be there waiting for you to fight. So never go in there by yourself. Always let a soul laner plus the jungler get there. So just a couple things I want to point out for this game before closing on it. The main takeaway that I think you guys should have is that you guys definitely should have won the game. It was yours to lose. You had the game for about, let's see, no, you had the lead until maybe about the last 4 minutes of the game. So you definitely were the better team. It's just you made a couple of critical macro mistakes that basically threw the game back in their favor. But yeah, your biggest takeaway should be that you could have won this game. You should have won this game. You are the better team here, but you just made a couple of mistakes, and those mistakes are easy to evaluate and to fix. That's the important thing, right? Macro. Everybody's going to make macro mistakes, no matter how good you are, no matter if you're a pro team, amateur team, whatever. Macro mistakes are always going to get made. So the most important thing is to figure out what those mistakes are and make as few of them as possible. So I feel good about this first game. You guys dominated for like 25 minutes straight, so it was only a couple of critical errors that made the difference. Otherwise, it was a good game. So I will move on to the next one.